All right, so I'm sat here with Phikelelani Khumalo. We haven't chatted in a very long time, but it's good to have you back. Have you, in a new weight division as well. How's everything gone since the last time I spoke to you?
No, it's good to be back, Hayden. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, to reach out to the fans and to mention sponsorships and all of that, I've been away for a while, but, I'm back now and I'm excited for this change, I've just been cutting weight, and just seeing if I can manage going to junior middle, and I'm feeling strong, I'm hydrated, and I'm ready.
You're in a gym with, I said to you on the phone yesterday, 1,000 junior middleweights in your gym, but you've joined that list now. How's it been initially with the weight cut?
It's been good. Only a few guys have been heavy for me, like obviously Velem, he's a super middle, and Lebo, only those guys I can feel that they're a bit heavy because I'm down in weight, But it's good sparring, man. I feel like we have the best sparring in our gym. There's Darren, me, Velem, there's Shivante, there's a lot of guys, Rourke, so it's top class sparring.
It's heated around that middleweight, junior middleweight, super middleweight division. You got the cream of the crop in the country, so to speak. I mean, that's got to help you immensely, especially now going into a KZN title fight.
Yeah, that's a big one for me. I'm just grateful, to God first, because after the loss, to be honest, brother, I wasn't okay. I hate losing. I hate losing so much. We could be playing games, TV games or whatever. If I lose, it's personal. So I was very hurt, but I'm back now. I managed to, stay focused and get back to training. I went back home. And my dad, he just told me, hey, there's only thing you can do for this one is to get back in the gym and get a fight. That's the only way you can overcome this, So I've been training, man, and I've been feeling good now.
I know you're going to be fighting at home now in KZN, but you've fought the majority of your career up here in Gauteng. I was trying to, what we have never touched on is your journey to Gauteng. How did you get here, and how difficult was it to adapt in the first place?
That's that's a good question, brother. Coming here, I knew no one at all. I just reached out to Coach Vusi via Instagram, and he told me to come so he can see me for sparring. So I took a bus. I came here with my dad, and he saw me, and then he was obviously happy, And then from there, he said he's gonna try and get me a place to stay here in Joburg, And then I used to come here like every week. Yeah, you remember? I used to travel back and forth all the time. So I eventually found a place to stay, and Vusi took me in, and from there I just took off, brother.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a journey for you. I mean, all that traveling, but now you're fully settled. But you're going back home now to show everyone back at home what you've been working on.
Hey, brother, everyone has been asking me, when are you fighting in Durban? When are you coming home? Because it's far. I mean, and at Empress Palace, people, tickets get finished quick because they're usually, big fighters, So now people are going to get a chance to come and see me, and support me. And they're going to come in numbers, brother.
I wanted to discuss with you, because you've fought your entire career at middleweight so far. Going down to junior middleweight for the title fight, what was the thought process?
I just got the opportunity, really. I was scheduled to fight on Golden Gloves again in October, And me and my coach got a call from Siataba Boxing Promotions for opportunity to fight for a KZN title at junior middleweight, So at that time I was in the gym, my weight was okay, and coach said, let's just train for 2 weeks and try and cut down and see how far we can go and how strong I'll feel, and then we decided to take the fight.
Let's talk about the opponent, SIbiya. He's the guy that's going to be across the ring from you. He's fought, as you mentioned earlier, Jackson Captain as well, who's a decent contender in the junior middleweight division. What's your thoughts on him?
He only has a good jab, from what I saw, and he's very wild and he's tall, So I'm prepared for him, to the fullest. I have so many sparring partners. All of them are tall, some taller than me, they're very strong. And in terms of boxing skills, I feel like they're way better than him. So I feel like I'm ready for this fight.
Your opportunities going forward, are you thinking about staying in this division? Are you thinking about going back up to middleweight after this fight?
So far, brother, I think I might stay, because I feel strong at this weight, and I'll just see after the fight, because it's a 10 round. I want to see how I feel, if I'll go the distance. I'm not looking to go the distance, to be honest, but if I do go the distance, I'll feel, if I'm happy at this weight, I'll stay at junior middle.
Right, and let's talk about 10 rounds. I mean, before you've been fighting 4-rounders, you fought a 6-rounder as well, so the 10 rounds is a lot.
Yeah, 10 rounds is a lot, brother, and sparring is obviously different from a fight, but we usually spar sometimes 4-minute rounds. I don't think there's a guy in the gym that spars less than 10 to 12 rounds every time, so we always stay in shape, and I'm ready for this challenge.
Yeah, no, that's what it is. You got to be ready for the challenge, and it is documented you are coming off a loss as well, so you got to make an impressive performance in this one.
Yeah, definitely, brother. I was a bit too hard on myself, after losing that fight, but looking back at the tapes, I was just like I could have done so many things differently, But I also looked at the person that I lost to, the guy is a good boxer, he has a lot of experience. I actually didn't even know he had a belt until he walked in the ring. I was like, oh, this guy has a belt. Yeah. But, I feel like it was a learning experience for me, I shouldn't have stayed in that corner for too long. That's how I feel, When I got clipped, I wanted to fight, instead of holding, and getting okay again, So it's just one of those things, man, but I've learned from my mistake and I'm just ready to fight again.
I want to ask you, so it's maybe a difficult question to answer, but do you regret taking that fight?
That's a hard question, brother. Yeah, I do. I'll be honest with you. It was a learning curve, but I feel like I wasn't supposed to fight that type of opponent as yet, Looking at his resume, he's fought a lot of good guys. Brendan Taser, he's fought so many, tough guys, But I felt like going into the fight, I was confident, in my skills, obviously, that I'm gonna win the fight, and I felt like I was winning the first round, and then in the second round, he just put pressure on me and he clipped me, and then he knocked me out. But I feel like if I had just waited maybe a year or two before taking that type of challenge, I would have done much better.
So I take it maybe 4 or 5 fights down the line, you're going to want to revisit that one.
Definitely, definitely. But he's a cool guy. I saw him at ESPN. We had a chat, we took some pictures, and we talked about it actually. I do want to fight him again. Later on in my career, I have to correct that one wrong. I have to.
I feel like once you get his experience like that he's had, because he had, I think, at that time 13, 14 fights. I mean, you had 4 fights, so it's a big gap in terms of experience. So you will want to revisit that one day. What's your message for the people of KZN that are going to come out and watch you fight them?
I just want to tell everyone to come and support me in numbers. People are already calling me, buying tickets, I just want everyone to come there. I'm going to put on a great performance, and I'm definitely going to bring that title home.
And what's your message for SIbiya if he was standing in front of you right now? What would you say to him?
Nowhere to run. There's nowhere to run. There's been a bit of bad blood between me and the guys from KZN, because I left KZN, So there was
one of the guys?
Yeah, definitely. He was one of the guys who was saying that, he's gonna beat me and he's gonna beat Tsunami. So the guy who just fought John Bokape, So now it's the time. He has to prove it now.
All right, so let's see what you can do, SIbiya, and that's you've got a very formidable challenge in front of you. So anything lastly, any thank yous, any shout outs for anybody?
Just want to thank God, brother, always. I'm always grateful for just being able to bounce back, mentally. I think it was more challenging for me mentally to accept this loss, and just a lot of stuff happened outside of the ring, a lot of people actually changed, they started behaving differently towards me, and I was like, oh, okay. But I understand because not people don't talk about losers, So now, I have to get back in that ring. I just can't wait for that bell to ring, brother. I just want to thank everyone who's been supporting me through the hard and difficult times. My family, my dad, my coaches, Coach Vusi, Coach Sichaba. I want to thank Marco, for always being there to motivate me and support me, And I want to thank also Rodney Berman for allowing me to go there, because my coach had to call him, to tell him about this opportunity, and he agreed, and I just want to thank him for that also. And for him for always putting me there on the Golden Glove Bulls, and I want to thank you, brother, for obviously giving us this platform, So yeah, that's all.